Hey everybody, it's Brian and Dave. We are back on the football farm and, just hanging out here. We got our man CP in the house.
How's it going?
He won't contribute anything to this podcast except just listening. Maybe a few laughter bits.
Unlikely.
Why?
We're not that funny.
Well, he thinks we're kind of funny as he's sipping on his scotch.
Octopus Scotch.
Octopus scotch. It's not octopus scotch.
Which one did you have? Was that the Glengarrick, the new one?
I don't know if it's old or the new one.
What did you pour him?
Well, he picked it out.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, yeah, I got that one.
The Glengarrick, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. It's quite tasty.
My cousin brought it over from Scotland for me when she was here.
Well, thank her for bringing that over.
Yeah.
For me.
That's a good contribution.
Yeah.
You're a natural.
Yeah. So, Dave, you're heading into hurricane territory on Friday. Talk about it.
Well, hopefully my flight gets cancelled so I won't actually have to head in there.
Right. Hurricane Matthew approaching Florida, and you and your wife's family have
We are approaching Florida on
you have an extravaganza going on in Florida.
It's literally us versus Hurricane Matthew.
Yeah.
And I imagine Hurricane Matthew will win.
Well, hurricanes usually win.
Oftentimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Light aircraft versus strong winds.
Yeah.
Good point about flights.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're not going. Well, not because I don't want to go, but obviously.
So what is your number one option? Because you're still going to go on a vacation somewhere.
Well, we have to.
So what would be your number one choice for alternative vacation?
Well, it has to be like a quick weekend getaway.
Yeah.
Obviously New Orleans. Probably a couple of nights in a hotel, right?
Well, that would be my number one choice.
Unfortunately, you're not coming.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I wish you were.
No. I'm just saying, like, if I were you, that would be my number one choice.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
It seems like the obvious place to go. I think Kansas City is a good option.
Yeah. Get some barbecue.
Yeah.
Go to a couple beer tours.
Yeah, I think so. West Coast is too far and
too expensive.
Too much additional money.
Yeah.
East Coast is too hurricaney.
Kansas City is nice and easy because you can just hop on a flight straight from Milwaukee.
Hour and a half, probably.
Yeah.
Job done.
It's easy, yeah.
Minneapolis, I didn't hate that idea so much. Toronto, I would do, but too expensive.
Yeah.
Montreal,
way too expensive.
Too much of a guddle.
Yeah.
So hopefully New Orleans. Otherwise, a nice long weekend in probably just my basement. Which I've done before, but
yeah, but you want to get out. You gotta go do something.
I know.
You already spent the money, so you might as well make it work for you. You know.
This is true. Well, we'll go somewhere. Already paid for the dogs, so.
Should we talk football?
If you want to.
Where should we start? Should we start in my heart? You want to start there?
A little soliloquy for Frankie.
You know, Francesco, we love you. Here on the pod. We're big fans. But,
do you want a tissue? It's fine.
Well, you know, we're not so upset that he was fired. It was just in the manner that it was done. But we move on to a new chapter. American Bob Bradley now at the helm, and I'm willing to give him his shot. See what he can do. What do you think, Dave?
I think in the circumstances it's a very good appointment, and compared to Ryan Giggs, certainly.
Certainly, yeah.
A lot of the British pundits were quite upset with that this week.
Of course they were.
Another British
they're
manager
British.
Being overlooked. Although he had 4 games.
He's not a manager.
No, he's not.
No.
He's just a guy that was very good at football.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a good appointment. I had a little cheeky mention to you. I think that his international experience will be very helpful because Swansea's squad is flawed, so you have to kind of make the best of what you got, which is like international go. I've got a left back, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Not in Swansea's case. They've got one, his name's Stephen Kingsley.
Yeah. They haven't really got a winger, though.
No, exactly. They've only got one guy with pace, and he's actually pretty bad at crossing and shooting. And
Barrow is, like, he has his moments, but he's not consistent enough to do anything worth mentioning.
You
really.
could get Usain Bolt, and at least more people would watch your game. You probably sell more.
It's basically
jerseys.
the same
It's
person.
A fast guy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But I think it'll be good. Hopefully he finds a system. He was doing 4-4-2 in France. I can't imagine that would work with Swansea. Because
No, they don't have those kind of players.
No, so you've got to fix that. Which will probably mean 4-2-3-1, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things that Bob Bradley's been good at during his career is adapting to the players that he has at his disposal, and he's good at. He doesn't subscribe to one technical or tactical philosophy, so he will, adapt to his staff. So, at least he has that. He will also be a little bit more pragmatic, which I think is necessary in these times.
When you have 4 points from 7 games.
Yeah.
It's quite necessary.
Yeah. So he'll be a little bit smarter, I think, as far as the back end goes defensively. And he'll want to solidify that because they haven't been that great at the back. So, and one of his big things in the interview that he did with the Swansea
someone on the TV
media, he mentioned how one of his big focuses or philosophies is he wants everybody to play together and play for the club and play for the fans. So if he can get those guys to rally around each other and trust in each other, I think that'll be a good start.
I feel like it's easier to get your defence performing well with limited players than it is to get your attack performing well with limited players. Mm-hmm. And Swansea has some good attackers. Yeah. So they'll probably end up being okay if he can find a good balance at the back. Yeah. Van der Hoorn, I feel like he's already...
He's good. He's their best defender.
Be in there, yeah. Not a great finisher as we saw on Saturday.
Well, he's a defender.
He was very surprised to find that ball at his feet. But he had a good game actually overall, I think. Yeah. Unlike quite a lot, that Swansea defence against Liverpool was quite unbearable. That Barrow chop and then the Angel Rangel recovery. What
was he doing? I mean, he really.
Which one?
I mean, he left Rangel with literally no choice. Like, what's he supposed to do? I mean, it wasn't much of a fight. It was a pretty light penalty. But when you make a clearance like that, you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah. Why try and kick as hard as you can? Just kick it out for a throw-in.
Yeah.
It's tough out there.
It is tough out there. In other news,
this must have been our maybe our shortest Swans break of all time.
Well, that's okay.
I like it.
Well, we can't spend all day on them like we did last week because we devoted 20 minutes to them last week. So
I went out and got a newspaper, had a couple of pints, came back. You're still going. It's a lock chain in my house.
Let's see.
This is the podcast research, by the way. This is what we do.
We should probably talk about Tottenham Man City because Tottenham looked. I mean, they discovered they have the players to do like what Swansea tried to do to Man City. Tottenham actually has the players and the quality to pull it off.
Well, I feel like Guidolin showed the way because he's a great tactician. Because Celtic
honestly, yes,
yeah. Because Celtic did the same thing.
Yep.
But their defence is crap, and they got tired after about 50 minutes. And then Spurs got tired after about a bit more than an hour, 65, 70 minutes. Yeah. And they went, all right, let's just bring on more defenders and just wait it out. Mm-hmm. And they did. Yeah. Perfect. It's a great tactic. It was very enjoyable.
They ran so much in that game. Tottenham.
It was great. And the only thing I didn't like about it is that it's another nail in the coffin of the traditional striker.
Son I think he's perfect for that Tottenham team, to be honest. Having a more fluid front four for Tottenham, as opposed to having an out-and-out striker, seems to be working really nicely.
Well, it's where all the teams that are playing well this season are doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I say all of them. I mean Spurs, Liverpool, and Arsenal.
Liverpool is the prime example because that's what they do for every game.
I'd say Arsenal as well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they have Sanchez running around out there. Yeah.
Man United would be better if they just... Well, they dropped that big Zlatan guy. He's rubbish as well, isn't he? A lumbering oaf. On the bench. But it's kind of true, though.
Yeah.
To an extent, although he is pretty good, so it kind of balances out. But
Well, I feel like if you have a more technical player as your number 9, quote unquote, it allows you to counterattack very easily, and you don't have to rely on one guy. You're able to work together up top to create mismatches and to
so
create
are
holes.
you saying if you've got a wee fella like Son is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's a nice Zlatan head on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is if you have a guy like Son, you have Lamela, you have Dele Alli, I'm sorry, according to the back of his jersey, it's just Dele now. And then
This should have been the main focus of this podcast, actually.
and Eriksen.
Douchebags in football.
But if you have those 4, you're able to create a lot of problems for a defense that doesn't know how to handle that kind of
Well, they can just kind of
technical
go
ability.
in a little circle. Keep
Right.
rotating.
It's kind of like Hurricane Spurs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to fly into that.
No.
Or have to divert to New Orleans or Minneapolis or something.
It's the first laugh from Corey we had today.
We were talking
He's trying not to make any noise.
We were talking football too much.
Yeah.
Just drink your whiskey and shut the fuck up. Would you? There's plenty left in that bottle. Isn't there?
It's like there's not enough to get me through this podcast.
You guys got a straw or something?
I'm just seeing how much proof is in that thing. It's just strong.
You're almost done. I'll give you a home pour.
Oh,
I should have paced myself.
it's going to
Time
prove
to work already.
Don't worry, it's from my home state or the equivalent of state. It's from Aberdeenshire, so that's it's good
Top
stuff.
quality.
Good stuff right there.
Yeah. But anywho, I thought, well, I don't know. I didn't know about Man City's tactic of playing Fernando and Fernandinho. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish.
Well, I
with
think that means that De Bruyne is injured and Gundogan's a bit tired.
Already? He's barely even played.
Well, no, because he was injured.
I know,
He's
but
not got match fitness. That's why.
Okay.
He played against Celtic, and that would have been.
I would have much rather have had 55 minutes of Gundogan bring on Fernando than, a whole match of Fernando and
Is
Fernandinho.
Fabian Delph still alive? What happened to him?
Who?
Man City guy,
Yeah, who?
England international.
Oh,
Yeah, he's probably gone. I don't know. He must have passed.
I know who Fabian Delph is. But
I know.
I'm just being cheeky, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but was he still injured or what?
I have no idea.
Because I feel like he'd fit in that team better than Fernando.
You think so?
Well, he's a bit more mobile,
Mm-hmm.
but he seems to be injured the whole time. So what's the point of him?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Pep knows the guys that he thinks can play the way he wants to play, and it doesn't seem like Fabian Delph.
Well, I was
fits into
thinking
that.
because Wanyama was kind of widely noted as the man of the match.
Wanyama was absolutely
But-
terrific in that game.
But
though.
I mean, when they were playing in, say, Man United, for example, they had De Bruyne and Silva dropping in, and they still had the front three.
Yeah.
With no De Bruyne, you've got the two guys there. So Wanyama was effectively
Well,
only
I
picking
think
up the one guy.
I think that's a bigger point is
It's been
that
easier for him.
De Bruyne makes that Man City team tick. Like he's the linchpin. Like if you want,
He's the second hand as opposed to the minute hand.
yeah. But no, I just think De Bruyne not having him in the lineup is it's the equivalent of Leicester City no longer having N'Golo Kante. I think it's that big of a loss.
Yeah, he'll be back in a couple of weeks though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like not having him in the lineup is a big deal
he is pretty terrific.
because of all the things that he does, not only with the ball but without the ball. He's a willing runner. He does put a lot of effort in and does the things that Pep likes in a forward-thinking midfielder.
He can get up and down, as
Yeah.
they say.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Fernando is just kind of a man.
Well, him and Fernandinho are basically the same guy. They
could-
even look the same.
They could have got one of the.
They even look. They could be brothers. Those two, Fernando and Fernandinho. They're very similar, both in playing style and stature and looks
and name.
and name.
Yeah, it's annoying. Because I can never work out which one's playing half the time. But then I remembered that Fernandinho's the good one,
Yeah.
so it's easy now.
Well, anyway, Tottenham unbeaten.